Good morning, it's Laura here from Your Last Resort Home Organization and Staging, and I'm here back again for another Fun Fact Friday. And today we are going to be talking about appliances. And this is a story of ours that happened to our family right before Christmas. So I wanted to share our story with you so that you could learn from our mistakes and hopefully be organized and learn from what had happened to us, and so that it won't happen to you too. So again, talking about appliances. So it was December 21st, 4 days before Christmas, and I was baking something in our stove, and it's a same oven that we've had since we got married, so it's about 15 years old, and I use this all the time, so I know exactly how long everything should take, and I bake all the time. So I'm making a cake, and I realized that only the top half of the cake is actually baked and the bottom half is still completely dough. So what happened was my mom was actually happened to be over here at the time, and she stuck her hand in the oven and said, I think your lower element is gone. And because none of the heat was coming from the bottom, it was only cooking from the top down. So our element was gone. This is December 21st, and so now we have a problem. So what we then did is my husband got on the phone, and we called a local appliance repair company that we've used in the past, and they've always been wonderful, and we gave them a call. And so their first question to us was, you need to give us the model number of your stove, and that way we can look it up in the system and help you order a part. And this, we figured out we needed a new element, so that would have only cost not too much money. Anyway, so we go and we'll try to look on the model number on the stove. So just in case you don't know, because I didn't know this either, your model number is generally found in your drawer. I don't know if you can see this, if I'm doing this at the right angle. Probably not. But anyway, it's in the drawer, and there is a sticker in there with your model number on. So as we open up the drawer, we see the model number, and we see it says model number. However, it's literally like somebody had taken their thumb and completely wiped out the entire model number. It was gone. We could not read it whatsoever. There was no reading. We could see the serial number, we could see everything else, but the model number was completely scratched out from years of use. So got on the phone to Whirlpool, and we're phoning them, and we're trying to find the model numbers. Now, we are very organized, as you can imagine, so we did have the manual for the stove in the basement. However, in our filing cabinet, under we file everything under manuals, appliances, so we know exactly where we could put our hand on it. However, what we discovered was that the manual for the stove was actually for a whole range of products within that Whirlpool system. So even though we had the manual and we thought we were doing really well, it actually didn't have the actual model number. So what Whirlpool said, and what this appliance repair place said, unless you have that model number, we cannot order the part, because it could be the wrong part going in there and it would cause a fire. So instead of being able to order a relatively inexpensive new part for our oven, we had to go out 4 days before Christmas and buy a brand new stove. So this is my new semi-Christmas present, and actually I have to say I absolutely love it. It's Frigidaire, and it is a convection oven, which I've never had before. So that was kind of a positive thing out of it, but we were 4 days before Christmas trying to find a place that actually had a stove in place. Ended up at Home Depot, got it in the back of the van, got home, and everything is fine now. So, but from our experience, we've actually learned a couple of things that we are now doing, and I'm going to pass those tips on to you, so that instead of being able to pay for a small repair part, we had to buy over $1,000 worth of appliance. So in order to prevent that from happening in the future, what we've done is, again, we save all our manuals. We have a filing cabinet in the basement and a folder called appliances hyphen for appliances for manuals. And what we've done is we have written down on the top here our model number. So we've gone into the stove, into the drawer, found the sticker, and we've actually written that model number on the top of the manual. So it will be there when we go. Hopefully we won't need for a while in the future, but that will all be there. We also have the receipt, and I think I may write the model number on the receipt as well. We also have a file folder in the filing cabinet called receipts, where that will be filed as well, so we can be able to put our hands on it. But that is the big life lesson that we have learned, is to record the model numbers for all of your major appliances or any other items that you have. You should be able to do this anyway, probably for insurance purposes in case of a fire or a theft or anything like that. It's good just to have that information recorded somewhere. So get out your pens and start recording, whether you do it, keep them on your phone or whatever, but just record those model numbers. Big life lesson, expensive lesson for us that we're hoping that you can learn from us. So now, since we got a new stove, we then are left with the problem of, what do I do with my old appliance? And this kind of set off a chain of research, and I wanted to pass along to you what we learned about dealing with appliances after the fact. Because one of the parts of our business with Your Last Resort is also helping you know how to get rid of the things that you want to get rid of, and how to do it properly, because oftentimes I find that people won't get rid of things because don't know what to do with them. So we are hoping to provide that information to you. So let's talk about getting rid of appliances. So if they're still working, what you can do is check with some various charity organizations, nonprofits, who might be able to put your appliance to work. So if you're just upgrading or something and your appliance still works, so you might want to check with Chrysalis House, or I have a friend who donated a washer and dryer set to the SPCA so they could do their laundry there on site. Open Arms has a furniture bank. You can check with them, or Canadian Mental Health. Now, a really interesting point that I learned when I was talking to my friend Candy, who works for Canadian Mental Health. Just as an aside, Candy's going to be our special guest next Friday, when we're going to be talking about mental health and clutter and anxiety and everything like that. So she'll be on next week. But when I was talking to Candy about appliances and donating appliances, she said one thing to really be aware of is, if you are donating appliances that are a bit older, remember, they are not as energy efficient as they are now. So if you're giving a gently used or older model of an appliance to somebody who may not, who are maybe lower income, that energy inefficient appliance is going to cost them more money. So think about that too when you are going to make hoping to make a donation of your old appliances too. And that is something I had never thought of, and I thought that was a really interesting point. So you think you might be doing help, but in the long run it is costing more money to somebody who probably can't afford to have energy inefficient appliances. So keep that in mind. Of course, you can always sell your old appliances through Facebook Marketplace or Kijiji. Now, if you have a air conditioner or a fridge or a freezer, Efficiency Nova Scotia will actually come and pick it up from your place. And my aunt just did this this week as well. And they'll actually give you $30 for your fridge, your freezer, your air conditioner. And there's a whole bunch of formulas on their website too, to say if you add this, if you're donating this and you add this and this, you'll get more money from them as well. So that's efficiencynS.ca, and it's a program called Recycle Your, I think it's called Recycle Your Appliances or something like that, but you can find that through Efficiency Nova Scotia, and they will come and take away your fridge, freezer, air conditioners and properly dispose of them because of the chemicals and things that are in them to make that perfectly safe. Now, what we ended up doing with our old stove, and this was a great tip that a friend of mine gave me, was we called LC Salvage, and they're located in Colebrook, and it's operated by a man named Wayne, and he and his son will go anywhere between Kingston and Hantsport to pick up anything metal. So, so your stoves or anything metal that they can use for scrap, they will come get it for free and take it away for you. And so this was a fantastic service. I had called them a couple of days ago, came home yesterday, and the stove had been removed from the back deck for us, and I didn't have to do a thing, and it was really easy and a great service. So that's LC Salvage, and again, they're in Colebrook. So phone number is 679-3361 or 679-8987. So you can also always message us through Your Last Resort, and I can give you these phone numbers or place some links in the post at the bottom as well, because these are really great services. And then if you have any smaller appliances like microwaves or things like that, they can all be recycled at the New Miners Recycling Place there. I was going to say almost across from the bowling alley or beside where Fritz's was, but I'm dating myself and giving Valley type directions, but it is in New Miners along the main strip there as you come into Ken Falls. So the New Miners Recycling Place will take those old appliances too and properly dispose of them as well. So to keep you all set and organized for your appliances. So just as a quick recap, remember to grab your manuals, write down your model numbers and serial numbers on the top of your manuals and file those away and keep those for future reference, so that if you do need a replacement part, you will be able to get it. Because as I said, ours was completely scratched out, illegible, and it would have saved us a lot of money had we had that model number recorded somewhere else. So just in the end, I just want to say Happy New Year to everybody. And I know it's often New Year's resolution time where we're thinking about making decluttering our homes a New Year's resolution. And as part of that, the Marie Kondo shows just aired on Netflix, and I'm really excited about getting into and watching that as well. And somebody had posted on Facebook, does Marie Kondo do home visits? And I'm like, no, but we do. And we will come, Your Last Resort will come to your house and help you go through your things and help you declutter, help you downsize. We can help you restage your own house with just for a fresh new look. Even if you're not trying to sell it, it's still fun to have your house restaged and just to make it feel more peaceful and decluttered and more streamlined. And as we're going to be talking about next week, having a decluttered space around you is going to do a great wonder for your mental health and stress levels as well. So you can find us at yourlastresort.ca or under Your Last Resort Home Organization and Staging in Annapolis Valley on Facebook, and you can send us a message, and we will come and do a free consultation with you and talk about what your needs are, and then we can talk about what we can do to help you, because one of the big things is reach out for help, especially if you've been suffering from a lot of clutter around you for a long time and you keep meaning to get to it. Maybe this is the time you actually need to make that investment in yourself, in your home, and feel good about your space. And so we're happy to come and help you. And so that's all I want to say for today about appliances, and hope that you have a wonderful happy new year, and hope to hear from you soon at yourlastresort.ca. And again, message us if you need any of those contacts or links or anything that I had mentioned in this video. So have a great day and see you next Friday.